Being attractive is something that most men desire in the modern era. With social media blowing up and pictures of larger-than-life men occupying our feeds, it's become increasingly difficult for men to know exactly what they need to do to become attractive. I've recently spoken to a few women, and one thing that constantly stands out is the fact that men look at attraction all wrong. You see, men want to become attractive, but they choose to look at it from a male point of view. However, a quick conversation with any woman would give you a more unique approach and help you understand what women are actually attracted to. So, if you find yourself putting in hours in the gym, or perhaps bulking up on high-protein diets, this video's for you. Today, I reveal some of the best-kept secrets that women rarely reveal, giving you a true idea of what women are actually attracted to. Stick around to the end, as the last one might surprise you. You see, women see life through the gaze of a story, which is why romance novels have always been the best sellers in any bookstore you enter. These stories are often written by other women, giving some insight into the men they desire. This can often be seen in the story of the male protagonist, and you'll see that women focus on the story the male character tells through the details of his appearance. This is best seen in the way he dresses, his haircut, his body language, and the way he walks when he presents himself to the world. But it does go even deeper when we look at the physical appearance and even things like hobbies the person pursues in his spare time. So, having read a few novels, I can finally say that men have got it all wrong, and women look at attraction differently. So, let's dive in. Before you even get a woman to pay attention to the things you've been working on, your natural features will be the first thing she sees. Height is one of the biggest determining factors when it comes to female attraction. Now, I know you cannot physically make yourself taller, but bear with me. You see, wearing the right clothing and even losing a few pounds can make you seem taller. But this still doesn't mean that you'll cater to every female on planet Earth. Fortunately, there are a few vital things that will enhance the way women perceive you. You can look at any movie or book and you'll find that the male protagonists often have one or even all three of these traits. They're presented as having status and influence while making a good income, and more often than not, they'll be in good physical shape. In today's world, these are things you can actually change about yourself. You can pursue a better career and build up more status while visiting the gym and following a healthy diet that will improve the way you look. And I know that this black pill psychology is making many men spiral into depression. But spending an hour or so at a busy mall would reveal that most couples are often an average guy with an average woman, or even an average guy with a super attractive woman. So, what does this tell us about what women want in the real world versus what they fantasize about? You see, women might often say they want a man who makes enough money to leave them sitting at home. But in the real world, women often date men who make just a little more than they do. The guy will only have a bit more status than them, and he should be slightly taller than her, even if it's just a few inches. The reason for this comes down to growth and security. By diving a bit more into the female mind, we see that women want someone who can elevate them in life. By having more wealth and status than her, you're in the position to bring her into a far better life than she's used to. In terms of size, women always prefer a bigger, taller man. This is mainly due to protection. You see, women are naturally weaker than men, and they're biologically programmed to seek out protection for themselves and their offspring. But now that you know you should aim to make more money and be slightly bigger than her, you're probably wondering if there are any physical steps you can take to become more attractive. When it comes to being more attractive to women, a few things are in your hands and you should take advantage of this. Aside from having lower body fat and making more income, the way you present yourself to her in the world is what actually tells the story of who you are. And if you know anything about women, they're truly curious about who you are. So, here are a few things you can do to fit right into her fantasy of attraction. You should have a natural sense of style when you dress to go out in public. You see, wearing the right clothes could automatically take you from being a 5 out of a 10 to a 7. The right clothes will accentuate your positive attributes and traits, which often allow you to hide your flaws. If you're lost for a good style, a simple visit to Pinterest will give you an idea of what's currently fashionable. But the timeless look of a stylish dress shirt, some well-fitted jeans and sneakers will always make you look fresh. Did you know that men rarely care about how they smell when they go out in public? In fact, many men don't even use normal deodorant. You see, smell is the most important of the senses, and when you smell good, you're often associated with someone who can take care of himself. This can signal that you have extra resources to spare from surviving through life that you can spend on yourself. You should focus on taking a shower and brushing your teeth at least twice per day, as having pearly white teeth could accentuate your smile, something that women find highly attractive. Simply think of Dr. Bravestone and the smoldering look in the Jumanji movies. To cap off your hygiene, a good fragrance or cologne could be powerful, especially if it emphasizes your style and personality. Wearing a fresh and unique scent would often associate you with sophistication and style, something that directly plays into the fantasy every woman has in her mind. I mentioned the fact that your hairstyle can play a massive role in the story you're telling to the world. As a man, you need to focus on your hairstyle and grooming efforts. Not only does this show you care about yourself, but the right style could make you even more attractive. If you have a rounded face with a bit more body fat, you want to go for a taller hairstyle with more volume. This would elongate the shape of your face and make it look much more symmetrical. Those with an overly square face might think about layers that could add some width to their face, while slightly adding a few feminine features that women crave. But your facial appearance should never be neglected. You see, having a bit of stubble has proven time and again to be attractive. However, this needs to be maintained. By lining up your chin and your cheeks, you could accentuate your jawline, often giving you a far more masculine appearance than you would have had. I personally find keeping my stubble at between 3 and 7 millimeters keeps it easy to maintain and groom whenever I go out. What's the main thing in our brains that dictates our body language? Well, the answer to this is confidence. You see, women are often attracted to the bad boys due to the confidence they portray. They often walk like they're in charge, and when they speak, they don't hesitate. Being confident eliminates many beta male traits like fidgeting and seeming anxious around other people. As a man, you should focus on improving your confidence to such a degree that you actually see your body language change. This will spill over into every part of your life, including the way you act around other people. By applying these 4 simple steps to your life, you can subtly work yourself into the romantic fantasy that many women have in their minds. But this will take time and consistent effort, something that only 1% of men are truly capable of doing. So, now the choice is yours, and I'd love to know if you're willing to implement these subtle changes to improve your attractiveness to women.